last week, one that got a lot of traction was PTFit.
Yes.
PTFit got a lot of traction. I have a story after I tell this one from Mason Gill. PTFit, one thing that's helped motivate me to get my body right was when I heard someone say, it's easy to say you'll die for your family, but would you live for them? Sure, it's easy to say I'd die for them, but am I willing to take care of myself so that I can live for them? Eat right so that I can have the energy for them. Work out so that I can keep up with them. Love you, boys. Let's be the best us we can be for our families. Hashtag good, hashtag PTFit. That is phenomenal, Mason Gill. In a great point.
I love that. I love that. It reminds me of the saying, instead of something costs a lot, it's worth a lot. Like telling yourself it's actually worth a lot. It doesn't cost a lot. Like the cost of getting up early and working out and stuff.
And one of Deke's favorite sentences, we don't have to, we get to.
Yeah.
I love that flip right there too.
Yes. It's a good write-in.
Yeah, I would die for my family. Would you live for them?
Yeah, dude. And PTFit is, I mean, we've already touched on this, but like now that I'm back, I'm on muscle relaxers. I'm feeling great. Sorry. Sherm's good. He's not sitting like a psychopath anymore. But
Just how sincere you weren't explaining it. You're like, I'm back on supplements. I'm back on the health train. You're like, everything's all good. I'm back on muscle relaxers.
Hey, I'm PTFit. I got the muscle relaxer. I'm working out now.
No, but it was a good reminder of like, man, it feels really great to get out of bed and not have tightness and pain and yada yada, and having some conversations with Jill about my health and the direction that I should be heading towards. So I think it's time. I think it's time to be PTFit.
It is time, bro.
Yeah.
And I'll say this, you're not alone. I went and got a little check-in the other day. Did a DEXA scan. Body fat percentage is up to 27.
Yeah.
Over six. It just sits in my brain. Over 640 grams of visceral fat.
Yeah.
Got off the wagon over the last few months. I ain't lying.
Yeah.
I ain't running from that. You want to know what's crazy? Blood pressure's high. Cholesterol's high.
Yeah,
I sound like I'm a 50-year-old man. Yeah. And I'm sitting there talking. As I'm getting checked in, this nurse is taking my blood pressure, doing all this stuff for like my vitals. And we're just having this conversation. She's like, no, how's your fitness been since you last been in? Last time I was in was in July. I was like, I'm not going to lie to you. I haven't really done shit in the last few months. It's kind of been my worst run that I've had, like post-football career of not doing stuff for like the last 3 or 4 months, because it's just been such a whirlwind. That's the excuse and justification I tell myself anyway. And she's sitting there when she gets done. She's like, oh, by the way, I'm a fan of your show. And I'm thinking, Bussin'.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, you watch Bussin'? She's like, no, I'm an MT6er. Ooh. And I was like, no shit. We shared a laugh. I was like, I sit back and 10 seconds go by and I'm like, so wait a minute. If you listen,
hey,
you already know I haven't been doing a whole lot. Because I've expressed it on the pod before. So if I lied, were you going to call me on it? She's like, oh, I'll just make a conversation. She's been trying to get her husband more on it. She's an MT sicko. She's a PT sicko more than her husband.
Really?
Her husband's into it. She's like, I was showing him. She's like, I listened to the PTFit one.
Yeah.
And I went in on, when did I go in? Do you guys remember last week? Because we recorded on Tuesday. I think I went in on Wednesday. So she had listened.
She had already listened.
Yeah, within the first 24 hours. But she's like, I was showing my husband, who's like a performance coach or a fitness coach, or like has a gym or something. And I was showing him, and he was kind of, they were just talking shop on him potentially giving us plans, whatever it is. I feel like people have been reaching out about wanting to be involved in the PTFit community.
They reached out heavy to Derek on the For the Dads page.
So even before we had that episode on the Reddit, people were tossing in saying, hey, I need accountability buddies, and putting their workout plans on the Reddit page. So there's a discussion there.
That's hilarious.
All YouTube and Spotify comments right now are PTFit, and people in that same mindset of like, hey, we got a little dad epidemic going on, a couple guts and stuff. And every dad in there is like, hey, we can do this together. And it's kind of been this rolling ball of PTFit, PT Thicko to PT Fitto is coming around. So
PT Thicko to PT Fitto. It is one of those things too. Like, obviously we have fun. We joke and serious about PTFit, like, you know, all this stuff. It is interesting, like when the 4 months, because it's been about 4 months that I haven't really done a whole lot, how fast it just goes. And you feel like you're just in this snowball of momentum of the monotony of every day, whether your career chasing, your ambitions, stuff going on at home, stressors going on in your life.
Yeah.
And you know, we've talked about it at length on this pod about like taking care of yourself. Like what buckets are you filling up, waking up early, get in that bucket if you have to. And it's just interesting how quickly things go. And then, you know, you get dad bod, all the stuff that happens, and then you just feel like you're in it, like it's your identity. So you kind of just stick with it, or you kind of just stay to it because you're like, it would suck to start over. It would suck to start from scratch. I know that's something that goes on in my brain. It's like, fuck, I'm here doing this again, like starting over. You feel like you're starting over from scratch.
Yeah, yeah.
Versus a mindset of like, no, I'm restarting from experience. Like I've just had a bad run. Doesn't mean I can't just switch like that because of the importance of Mason writing in, talking about, you would die for them, but will you live for them? It's almost like you're thinking about it in terms of, which is spot on, like playing with your kids, like being healthy for them, showing them what a healthy lifestyle looks like. Cause we always want to feed our kids well, and we want to talk to them about nutrition and how, hey, eat your veggies. It's good for your brain. Eat your protein. It's good for your muscles. This will make you run faster, jump higher. Yeah. This will help you be more creative. This helps you draw better. Carrots help you see better. Like you're doing all the things to educate them, while I'm sitting there snacking away on the side, making sure Rue eats the right meal. And it's like, you want to show the example of what healthy living looks like and what hard work looks like even when it is hard and it is stressful and you are kind of beat down mentally and you've just gotten in this bad momentum. You've gained a lot of bad momentum and you're kind of just stuck in it. It's like, dude, you can show them what it's like to just restart today, tomorrow. You want it to be today or yesterday, to where you're like, you now have a story when they're in a rut at some point in time. You're pulling from your own experience. And it's like, this might sound, I know we were talking about stuff being a comment, being intense before, but even just the protection of being with your kids and being with your wife and being with it enough to like, if you ever do get in a situation, to feel like you can protect them.
It as funny as it, like you read that comment before, I really did when my back was locked up. I did have the thought of just watching a movie on Netflix where a guy's scrapping, and I'm like, I would go down in 5 seconds with my back locked up. Like I would literally just be on the ground going, water. Like what I like, I couldn't do anything. Yeah. Like, and to your point, you could not have hit closer to home on what my internal thoughts have been with feeding Scarlett. She has just started solid. So it's like, you know, she's having an apple with avocado. Yeah, and, man. Like, you know, this little berry mix pouch thing. Like we try to have like 2 or 3 options for her when we're doing solids now. And then dad got the 7-piece tender meal because he didn't eat lunch at work
from KFC.
Yeah. He didn't eat lunch at work. So dad has us hungry. So instead of the 3-piece, he went with the 7-piece and made the mashed potatoes just a little bit. Let's make that a large because that sounds good. And then I'm watching Scarlett.
Leftovers.
I'm watching Scarlett eat her food. I'm like, I don't want her sitting and eating like a 7-piece tender meal. Yeah. Like, I don't want that for her.
And like, I see it with Rue, because Scotty's still young. So I'm not saying that this happens, but there's a part of me that feels like I'll come home, and if I work through my lunch or I don't eat throughout the afternoon and I get home and I start snacking before dinner, Rue sees me stacking. She'll come up and be like, Daddy, can I have a snack? Like, yeah, you know, you can have a banana. You can have one snack. She'll eat the snack, but I'm over there still eating and snacking. She's like, Daddy, can I have another snack? And I'm just thinking like, she's seeing me do it. How, like, I'm going to, and I do tell her no, and I tell her why. And then when I'm thinking about it, I'm like, dude, she's watching me do it.
Yes.
So it's not like she's just like, oh, I'm just going to snack all the way up until dinner. I know dad keeps telling me like, we got to wait till dinner. I mean, she might not be noting in her brain, but her brain could be telling her, I mean, I'm watching dad do it. I'm watching dad snack.
It is very much a monkey see, monkey do. Yeah. With, I don't have too much experience in that, but like, just through volunteering and like being a counselor at camps and stuff, like the young kids want to mimic any type of behaviors, like any type of, they look up to these athletes, and I want to be a soccer player just like this favorite soccer player. I want to be something just like this.
Yeah.
And there's no bigger superhero than your mom or dad. And so, you know, I want Scarlett to like aspire for some kind of health of like, hey, my dad takes care of himself. I need to desperately.
And not only does my dad take care of himself, and that's admirable for as they grow up and think about it and think like, you know, my parents took care of themselves. They showed me what it looked like. And not only that, but that's probably will be what they look for in their partner.
Yes. Also that is a very good point.
I want to add real quick. I was in, Will, like you, I was in a 3-year rut. And I'm a little ahead. I pulled out of it in January. I've been going like 3 months really strong. The biggest thing on top of just like physical health is like the mental benefits to exercise is something that I've personally noticed like have been the biggest game changer over any kind of physical. And so I had 3 years like post college where I just was like, you don't have a coach telling you to run or sports doesn't keep you going. It's like, it's so easy to fall out of. And then finally, you know, enough hit enough. And it, you know, once you get back into it, it's like nowadays when I drive home, I'm really pumped because I know I'm going to go hit the gym. I know I'm going to sweat my ass off. And if it's like a rough day or something, like it's so insane how mentally clearing being physical is. And you forget about it because you get in that bad habit state. And it's like you just totally forget all the good times that you have working out where you go, oh my God, I can never, like when you're in it, you're like, I can't see myself not doing this because it's so beneficial. And it's so weird when you get sucked out of it and all it takes is just a little bit of momentum to get back in. You go, what the fuck was I doing for 3 years? Like, why was I not doing this every single day? It's crazy to see.
There's no better dopamine drop than getting the endorphins going.
No.
Like truly. Like it is kind of weird. Like it does suck once you're getting started, but once you're able to get into that phase, dude, I fully agree with you there, Chef.
I know with one of our partners in the busing universe is Form Energy. So First Form.
Oh, yeah.
I've always been massive fans of them. But Forcella had this thing that went crazy for a long period of time. It's obviously still out there, but it's called 75 Hard. But just knowing that Form is a partner in our universe, 75 Hard is out there. PTFit, something, there's got to be something there. Or it's anybody out there that's vibing with anything that SD6 or Chef is talking about, myself and Sherm, like anything that's like marinating. It's like, yeah, I feel these things too. I love the community aspect because my wife was even bringing up too. She's like, you know, one thing I do think that you would benefit from, which I know you've like stayed away from because of injuries and you need like specific type of training, but just being around, whether it's an accountability buddy or just a group of guys again. Because a lot of my training would be around the team, around guys, around people that are there to help you subconsciously be accountable.
Well, and your dad getting super fit and dropping a ton of weight. My dad, very similar thing. He had to get back surgery, that spinal fusion.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, he wasn't like super out of shape, but definitely could stand to like lose some weight. And for like the last 10 years, he has been so healthy, dude. And it does make me feel better of like, Scarlett's gonna have, you know, but like Scarlett's gonna have her granddad and he's healthy and he's like, there is so much like excitement that comes out of that I'm like, I'm so glad. And I'm like really proud of my dad for him taking care of himself and like dieting, exercising, getting out, and like,
dude, that's a great point. Like even us, we were the kiddos. We were the kid, like, you know, if our dads had a pod, we were the kids that they were talking about raising. We've grown up and we think about it with our parents for their grandkids.
Yeah, dude.
Like that's what we want from our grandparents.
Yes.
And every older person that is healthier, that is taking care of their body, and say it was over the last decade, it's like what they would do. The analogy would be the one where it's like they would grab you by the throat and holding you against the wall and be like, the one thing I wish I would have done is doing it sooner.
Yeah.
Like do it now when you are young. You don't want these problems. You don't want to have to get to a point to where you're now having to fix the entire operation to get a few more years out of life.
Yeah.
Like I wish I would have been doing this when I was young. And I sit back, I'm like, I'm 36. I know I'm young. I feel old at times. And I'm like, no matter what, I know the clock's ticking.
Yeah.
But you can't hear the ticking.
No, you can't. And it was very humbling. Like I had a huge win where I used to vape like crazy. Do you remember when I was contracting?
Yeah.
And I would hit that vape like insane, dude.
You were a vapor?
insane. Jilly Bean would tell you that is like the biggest win that we've gotten of me, dude. Disgusting amount. I was a vape god. And not because I loved blowing fat clouds, but I purely would like, that was my Nick stick, dude. I was just, and like walking upstairs would get me wheezing. Like it was bad, dude. And so I was at the doctor last week. I went after we recorded that episode where I sat the entire time like this to be comfortable. And she was like, do you smoke vape or, tobacco? And I said, no, I do not. And I was very proud of that. But it's been like several years. And then she was like, height? I was like, 5'8". She was like, weight? I was like, 220. 220 pounds. And I'm thinking to myself, 5'8", 220, dude. What are we doing? Like,
yeah, man.
Ugh. So I am very much like, this feels good.
It's important, man. It's important for family. It's important for career. It's important for yourself.
Yeah.
I have one last thing, and then I'll shut up. But when I started back at it, I had 3 things that I did that, like, because I've tried a lot of times where you try and then maybe you get like a week of momentum, but then you stop. The 3 things I did was like, there was a quote that I love that when you climb a mountain, never look at the peak. You always look down at your feet and keep walking. That's something that, like, a mental thing. And the other big one was like, every day when you're done, you just go, I tell myself like, that's a chip. You just chipped away. And so you just chip and chip and chip. And then the other thing, which sounds counterintuitive, was it's nothing special. I'm just doing what I should be doing.
Yeah.
So like my parents, like I live at home. They're like, we're so proud. And I'm like, I appreciate it. But like, it's like, as soon as I feel that, where I'm like, you start getting, I guess, relaxed, where you're like, hey, this is what I should be doing. It's nothing that special. That's what I tell myself. I don't know if that's helpful to anyone, but that's something that as I've been going through this, 3 things that I just love are like those little, like, it's just for your health. It's what you should be doing.
Yeah.
That's what I try to tell myself. It's been good.
Dan Gable.
ST Sicko.
That's
a
Gable
ST
right there.
Sicko, dude.
Chef Gable.
Oh, how do you eat an elephant? Does anyone know how you eat an elephant? That's a great answer. One bite at a time, man. One bite at a time.
One bite at a time.